I'm Terry Goss-Kinsey, president of Illinois State University. I'd like to say, Governor, how much we appreciate your commitment to public higher education in Illinois. Reliable state funding is critical to the success of Illinois State University. And I'd like to say that holds true for our fellow public higher education institutions in this state. Reliable state funding allows us to be confident in our planning process between years and to provide our students with a world-class education at an affordable price. Now, state support for higher education is both through appropriations for universities and through the Monetary Award Program, or MAP. And that goes directly to students. It's a direct benefit also to the citizens of Illinois. Because higher education is an investment in the people of Illinois and the future of our great state. And I'd like to say I'm very proud that 93% of the students at Illinois State University are from Illinois. And why that's so important is because it's been shown time and time again that where a student goes to school often determines where they stay to work and where they contribute to the economy of the state. And so we're proud to contribute our graduates to the economic development of the state of Illinois. But they continue to also contribute in social and cultural ways that enhance our state. And I have to tell you, I cannot go to an event where I don't meet business leaders or nonprofit leaders that are looking to hire more students from Illinois State University. So I think you'll agree, Governor, this is a major return on investment to our state. Now, through careful planning, Illinois State University weathered the fiscal storm that was caused by the budget impasse several years ago. But it's been the return to stable funding in recent years, and I have to say your proposed increase in higher education funding that allows Illinois State University to move confidently forward with our critical missions. We're especially excited about the continued emphasis on MAP funding for our students with financial need. That's critical to nearly 6,000 students at Illinois State University, and I'm excited that some of them have been able to join us today to tell their story. And that support for students means they can continue to pursue their education. They can participate in research and civic engagement activities, and then excel in their chosen career path. And so I and the rest of my leadership team that's here with us today look forward to being a part of the ongoing work to advance equitable and excellent higher education in the state of Illinois. And we will continue to be active partners with you and with our state leadership and lawmakers as we are part of the Illinois Commission on Equitable Public University Funding, and we advance higher education, but most importantly, we support our students. And so I'd like to say it is my privilege to introduce the 43rd Governor of the state of Illinois, the Honorable J.B. Pritzker.
Well, thank you very much, President Kinsey. It is really great to be back here at ISU. Thanks to everybody for joining us today. Let me begin today by saying that that under President Kinsey's leadership, the Illinois State University has taken on a guiding role in our statewide Illinois Tutoring initiative, which is helping students, young students particularly in area districts, regain the learning loss that occurred during the pandemic. And it's truly heroic work, and I speak for all of Illinois when I say that your university is tremendously benefiting the entire state of Illinois, so thank you very much. I want to also thank especially Delia Hernandez, who you'll hear from in a bit, Jimena Sanchez Ramirez, Omu Samake, all here representing your fellow Redbirds. And I also want to thank Bloomington Mayor Mboka Mwilambwe for hosting us in this wonderful place. Here at Illinois State, you all know as well as I do that supporting higher education is key to empowering Illinois' next generation. The stronger our colleges and universities are, the greater our prospects for economic growth and for jobs, and for a more innovative and inclusive future for our state. It's no secret that for years before I became governor, our public universities became less and less affordable for families across Illinois, and that had to change. So affordability is a mission that I've relentlessly pursued in the last 3 years. When I first came into office, I had three priorities to lower the cost of higher education. One is increase MAP scholarships by 50% or $200 million. A second is make Illinois a top 5 state in getting more federal student assistance and Pell Grants for more students. And third was increasing state support for institutions of higher learning, direct support, that is. With my latest budget proposal, just 3 years and a pandemic later, we have achieved all three of those things. Our scholarships are up, our student assistance is up, our institutional support is up, and that means the cost of college education in Illinois is finally coming down. In addition, with this budget, we'll have more than doubled funding our minority teacher scholarships, increased the Diversifying Higher Education Faculty in Illinois program, provided new nursing scholarships, expanded early childhood education career upskilling, and so much more. Not only are we taking steps to shape our state's future, we're correcting the mistakes of Illinois' past. Over 2 decades ago, our state launched College Illinois and encouraged tens of thousands of Illinois families to invest in it to prepay their young children's educations. By the time I entered office, it was way off track and headed for insolvency, leaving Illinois families holding the bag. And I believe government should keep its promises. So during my first 3 years in office, I worked with the General Assembly to fix those problems with College Illinois. And I'm proud that this year, my budget will pay off in full the remaining unfunded liabilities of this program. We're making good on a promise that was made to thousands of Illinois families, and we're saving an additional $75 million in future taxpayer dollars by paying that down today. Our budget also recognizes that the journey to a college degree begins long before students set foot on a university campus. Research has shown that it's the steps that we take even earlier in life that have an even greater effect on children's and kids' and young adults' path forward. So our 2023 proposal substantially increases resources for preschool and K-12 education, including a $350 million increase for the K-12 evidence-based funding formula that will drive critical resources to our state's most underfunded schools. The best investment, truly the best investment that we can make as a state government are in education, because we're setting our state up for long-term success. Illinois is beginning to show our economic prowess, and accelerating our educational institutions is the key to our future. Since the lowest point of the pandemic, the recession that hit us as a result of the pandemic less than 2 years ago, Illinois' economy has added 600,000 jobs. We are building our reputation as a national technology and manufacturing hub. And that's in part because Illinois State and other top institutions are gaining strength. In 2021, our state had a higher rate of new business creation than any other state in the Midwest. And we were 6th in the nation with a 69% increase in new business formation since 2019. That's an indicator of our future. People starting businesses, believing in Illinois, planting their dollars in Illinois, and staying here to build something. That really means a good future for our state. And that's in part because employers see the quality of the talent that we foster here, and in part because we're growing innovation and entrepreneurship right here on campus. And I'll say it every chance I get, which is the future of our state is in education. And the choices that we make about our schools will determine the quality of that future. So with that, I'm very pleased to introduce our first student speaker, a freshman from Chicago, Delia Hernandez. Delia?
Hello, my name is Delia, and I am a freshman, and my major right now is international business. I'd like to first thank President Kenty and the Governor Pritzker for giving me the opportunity to speak. Also, by saying how thankful I am for being eligible student for the MAP grant. I know that without the MAP grant, I wouldn't be here standing here attending ISU. Not only is it beneficial for me, but also has helped a lot of my parents. I know that through the pandemic, it's been tough to gain money, and by having the MAP grant is just a stress reliever to know that we wouldn't be struggling to pay off. Also, the college experience for me is something new, and I know that most students who are eligible will say that without the MAP grant, we wouldn't be able to enjoy our college experience here at its fullest here at ISU, as well as having additional funding also will not only help us as students to be less worried about paying off our next payment, but also just having us be more focused in our studies and other organizations around the campus. And overall, I'm just really thankful for having the opportunity to speak with you and share my experience. And thank you, and I'd like to present our next student speaker, Jimena.
Growing up, I knew that I always wanted to go to college. The MAP grant has provided me the opportunity and chance to be a student at Illinois State University. As a first-generation student, the cost of college can be difficult to figure out, but this gave me the possibility to attend college. It also relieved the stress of how I was going to afford going to a university. Before this, I would have been limited to what schools I would have gone, but thanks to this, I was able to attend a school that I truly love. And without this, I would not be attending this school, nor would I have the opportunities that I have. This has allowed me to grow as a leader and as a person. Now, I will be the first one in my family to get a bachelor's degree in elementary education next May. The MAP grant helps many students like myself accomplish their dreams of achieving higher education. Now, I would like to introduce our next speaker, Umu.
Everyone pushes us students to go to college after high school, but many people do not go because they don't have the financial ability to do so. Scholarships are also pushed a lot, but they are very competitive and limited. Adding more money will help students like me who didn't have a college fund or any money saved up for school have something to lean on. Having the MAP grant has helped my funding for college significantly. If I didn't have the MAP grant, I would probably have taken a different route for school or have to take out a loan. But now I can work a part-time job for little things, such as going out with my friends, instead of having to worry about if my check was going to be enough for that payment the next month. I'm still paying a portion of my school, so an increase would help me and many others. Thank you. And now let's bring back up the Governor J.B. Pritzker up to the podium.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Happy to take any questions from members of the media. I see lots of pads and pens. So.
Any questions, members of the media? I got one.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to COVID-19, Illinois' COVID cases continue to decrease. When can we maybe expect the mask mandate to be lifted in the state?
I think you've heard me say over the last few days that as hospitalizations have declined, and they really are significantly down, that's really the metric that we're watching. I'm very pleased with the direction. I'm pleased with the fact that we are at nearly a third of where we were when we were at our peak in terms of hospitalizations. Our hospitals are actually in much better shape now in terms of being able to manage the other people who come to a hospital, people who are in a car accident, have a heart attack, something else. And so those are measurements that we use. So you'll be hearing shortly about plans that we have. Great. Thank you very much, everyone.